Forrest Gander's Be With is a poignant collection of elegy poems that delve into the profound loss of his partner, who passed away unexpectedly in her sleep. Published by New Directions in 2018, the book delves into themes of aging, dementia, and contemplations on photograms. The opening poem, Sun, sets the tone as the speaker reflects on the mourning process. Instead of focusing on the traditional act of draping a mirror, he shifts attention to the unsaid words and unexpressed emotions directed towards the departed. He questions the simplistic notion of a body's eventual decay and the fascination with how it will feed the worms, dismissing it as a form of self-degradation in poetry. By mentioning the constant presence of bacteria and parasites on and within our bodies, he implies that the consumption by worms is not substantially different. Towards the end of the poem, the speaker directly addresses his son, conveying how captivating his mother's voice was to everyone, including himself. The final line reads, "Her one arterial child. It is just in you her blood runs." Here, the son becomes a vessel through which the mother's essence continues to flow. In the subsequent poem, Beckoned, the speaker revisits the moment when he was forced to confront his partner's death. Initially, he describes his grief as a swarm of drifting bees, a cacophony of sorrow. Overwhelmed by the weight of his emotions, he collapses. Upon regaining consciousness, he moves through life in a state of numbness, avoiding the company of his friends. The speaker marks significant changes with the phrase "at which point," indicating the rapid upheaval he experiences. He reflects on how his partner's voice now exists as a backdrop of ethereal colors, suggesting her presence as a spirit within his thoughts, detached from her physical body. He expresses his own aging and the profound grief he feels, likening it to the act of tearing open a beehive with bare hands, evoking the raw and painful nature of his mourning process. In the concluding part of the poem, the speaker indulges in imagining a concept of heaven, despite not truly believing in it, simply to entertain the possibility of being reunited with his partner. The two-part poem Dead Out takes an unconventional approach as the speaker describes various melancholic scenes that evoke a sense of solitude and introspection. He observes the naive optimism of the youngbloods, who metaphorize death, and reminisces about his partner's scent, a blend of vinegar, zinc oxide, and hinoki cypress, a fragrance that haunts his waking and dreaming moments. Watching the shows they used to enjoy together only intensifies his emotional pain, even causing physical discomfort in his feelings. In the second part of the poem, the same lines are rearranged, creating a chaotic yet still melancholic composition. Most of the poems in the collection follow a similar vein, tracing the journey of the speaker's grief. Afterward, there are several prose poems in the section titled Ruth, which explores the speaker's first-hand experience with his mother's battle with dementia. Eventually, the speaker accepts this as another form of loss, empathizing with the profound sorrow a mother might feel for her child. He meticulously observes the aging process in his mother and recognizes elements of her reflection when he gazes at himself in the mirror. The final section, titled Literal Zone, alludes to a region of a body of water near the shore where light penetrates enough to sustain plant life. This section features photograms by Michael Floman, who captures photographs without a camera, using light-sensitive materials like photo paper and exposing them to the environment. Floman allows the natural surroundings to shape the photographs. In the book, the poetry initially responds to the images and then poses questions about them. The title of the book, Be With, is derived from a dedication written by C.D. Wright, Gander's late partner, in her posthumously published volume titled Shallcross. The dedication, for Forrest, line, lank and long, Be With, serves as the inspiration for the book's title and encapsulates the essence of their connection even after her passing. Dan Chason, a writer for The New Yorker, astutely highlights the subtle implications embedded within the title of the book. The phrase Be With is intentionally devoid of its object, signifying the profound absence of the beloved who has been forcefully torn from the world. The notion of reciprocity is abruptly shattered, akin to a player abruptly leaving the court in the middle of a heated volley. In an interview, Gander himself acknowledged that he was in the midst of working on a poem for the collection when his partner, Wright, tragically passed away. At that moment, the poem, which was initially a loose translation of a traditional ballad, abruptly shifts its course, aligning itself with the theme of Gander's personal grief, just like the other poems in the volume. Throughout the book, Gander's background in geology frequently emerges. He incorporates various elements from the natural world that might be unfamiliar to readers, such as the littoral zone, a coastal region where light sustains plant life, helminth parasites, crocodile scuts, bony plates on a crocodile's skin, and lechuguilla, a desert plant. These references add layers of depth to his poetic exploration. Forrest Gander, the author of Be With, holds the distinguished position of A.K. Seaver Professor Emeritus of Literary Arts and Comparative Literature at Brown University. He was recognized as a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize in 2012 and subsequently awarded the Pulitzer Prize for his remarkable work, Be With, in an earlier year, specifically mentioned year, not available in the provided context. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.